All right. How's everybody's Saturday going? Let's see. So real quick, Five Nights at Freddy's video just went up after the original version got manually claimed earlier, so I've been messing around with that. Just got that posted, but let's see what happens. How's everybody's weekend so far? Now, just a little preemptive, little disclaimer. I'm technically on call. Not technically, I am. I am on call for work. Today, tomorrow, until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So, there is a chance, and I don't want to jinx it, but I gotta at least be upfront. There is a chance that I may have to end impromptu if a call comes in from work. So, just be warned. I need that disclaimer out there. But already had one earlier this afternoon. Thankfully, it didn't turn into anything too crazy. Actually, I didn't really have to end up doing anything. They ended up fixing it themselves, but the chance still exists. But hope everybody else is having a good day. What's up, Dion? Yoda latest episode of Loki Season 2 had me shook. Like my jaw dropped. Yes, it did. I'm right there with you, man. If you saw the reaction, none of what happened is what I expected to happen, and caught me completely off guard. What's up, Kelsey? It's 7 a.m., so I'll raise my cup for you. Not Irish. Aww. It's all good. If it's 7 a.m., probably don't want to be starting off with any Irish drinks, so to speak. So probably the smart move right there, because it's 4 p.m. for me. Where are you at 7 a.m.? It would be the next day then, right? New Zealand or something? That's my guess. What's up, good vibes? Loki episode felt like a season finale. It kinda did. It kinda did. Just as much, the episode 4 ending of the first season was Loki getting pruned and going to the end of time, but that was the big old jaw dropper then, him getting deleted. So they've kind of got a little bit of a formula going right now with the Shockies. Like, where do we even go from here? Hey, I gave my theories. So we'll just have to see what happens. Who even knows? I don't know, man. Like, there's a few possibilities, though there's probably some I'm not thinking of, but right off the top of my head, the ones I've positive are probably the best ones I've got right now. What's up, Wheezy? Good morning to you from Singapore. Shout outs to Singapore. What's up, good vibes? Again, new Chucky episode was wild. Some wild kills, yeah. Even though the effects on a couple of them were a little shoddy, but it was still insane. Like, the chandelier kills, and not even, I think more than just the chandelier kill itself, the aftermath, like when we see what it actually did to some of the people was kind of messed up. I still don't understand at all how the one woman's face, everything else was fine, but her face fell off. But the stuff with the voodoo doll and Tiffany in the prison, that was brutal, man. Oh my lord. Chucky mid-season finale was wild. Second that for sure. Just waiting for, got a couple of chats in here I'm waiting for it to pop up. I struggle with the Tiffany stuff though. Like, at this point, I just don't care. Chucky has always been entertaining though. Hope you guys give Jake and Devin more stuff because they've been sidelined. They really have, man. I was thinking that in this last episode. The main gang has really been not really the focus of the season right now. A lot of our time has been with and you mean rightfully so with Chucky, but a lot of it too with the first family and what they've been going through. And I get we need that to kind of set up and relate to them and stuff like that, but like, I just like, I want to spend time with the people we've been following this entire time. I mean, they just lost their you know, guardian, their mentor, their parent right now, the only parent any of them have left. And we haven't really focused on it at all. But I agree with you. The Tiffany stuff, like, it's funny here and there, but I'm kind of ready to move on. But I know we can't. You know, I know they want to keep it all intertwined in some way. But I'm not very, it's funny, it's fun. I don't know how it's going to matter in the long run. I'm just not that invested in it. So I think I'm right there with you. We need, we need a R-rated superhero show to start off a new one on the same day. Beautiful. Oh, we end a R-rated superhero show to start a new one on the same day. Oh, I got you, because Gen V ends on the same day that Invincible's new season begins. And we're only getting 4 episodes of Invincible, and then it's going on a break. So we're only getting 4 episodes. Unlike with Gen V and Amazon Prime's other stuff, we're getting a single episode on the premiere day, which is a relief for me, because doing Loki, Gen V's finale, and then the Invincible premiere on the same night would be insane. I don't want to have to do like 5 episodes all in one night. Thankfully, that's not the case. What's up, Summer? Aloha from the West Coast, Best Coast. Just finished watching your watch through of The Fall of the House of Usher. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really had a damn good time watching that series, man. It was wild. It had all the depth. It had a lot of gore. It had a lot of great stuff, and especially, again, par for the course with Mike Flanagan's stuff, but acting, dude. I'm gonna watch Mission Impossible 3 for the first time tonight. Hope it's good, like first and second so far. For me, out of the original 3, it was my favorite. Like, hands down my favorite for the longest time. So, like, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. It took a lot to finally, like, let anything kind of go above it. Latest episode of Gen V was something else. Yeah, dude. I have to believe that Kate is playing them. Because why show that scene? And just the way they were acting felt like the characters were acting, like putting on a show. I don't think that's actually Shetty that in-gamed it herself, you know? So I have to believe, I think Kate's playing them. And it breaks my heart after everything that she's been trying to do to reaffirm her trust, but god damn, man, we'll see. What's up, Kelsey JC? This is my first live. I binged all your Mike Flanagan reacts in 1 week. Now I'm on to Loki. Going into it, I didn't think we'd be where we are now. It is a wild place, man. A wild, wild place. Yeah, Loki is one of those shows that really just kind of, I think, just took us for a whole ride. And I believe, let me double check. I think, yeah, I saw your post on while I was working on some stuff on my my community post yesterday, and that was really sweet. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're doing better, and hope you're feeling better as well. My thing was just I had a couple of procedures I had to go in for, and the kind of recovery process was just a little more intense than I expected this time. So everything's fine, nothing to fret, but I hope you're doing okay. That's for sure. I know you said you were binging all that stuff, the Flanagan shows while you were in the hospital, so hope everything's okay. But appreciate having you here, and I hope you enjoy the rest. We got all kinds of stuff on the channel for you to distract yourself with. With Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions, is it coming out only on Wednesdays instead of Fridays? That's what the schedule says. Indeed it does. Because Fridays got hijacked all to hell So notifications wouldn't be able to go out for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if I could kept it on Friday. So right now, for the foreseeable future, it's coming out Wednesdays. It's not a double. It's not Wednesday, Friday. It was moved to Wednesday. I post a schedule. I haven't done it this week. I forgot to. I haven't done it yet, but I try to, at least during the weekend. I post a schedule in the community tab on what is coming out when throughout the week, so people have a heads up on that. What's up, Mixie? How you doing? As long as Invincible doesn't take a Doom Patrol long break, I'll be okay. I hope not either. I did see that, I keep wanting to say Mike Flanagan, and that's wrong. Robert Kirkman said that the gap between season 1 and season 2 will be the longest gap between any of the seasons going forward. So I would assume for the second half of this season, it probably won't be that far off. And that at least once season 2 ends, according to him, we won't have as long to wait for season 3. For the Usher household, I love Penn's refusal and how he keeps his personal integrity, not his morality, versus how the Ushers sold their lives of countless others for such short gains. I did too. That was such a refreshing change of pace, was that entire conversation. He was like, he owned the choices he's made, and he's living in the bed he made. He was going to do anything else, compromise anything else. He was going to do everything by his terms, by his convictions, and, giving anything up is leverage, and he's not going to have that. That was one of the most fun conversations in that series, man. I don't know if people said this, but thank you for starting One Piece the anime. I know people have been pushing you to do more reactions for it, and to that I say, F them. Take your time with it. Thank you again. Well, thank you, Wheezy. I really do appreciate that, and I understand. And hell, you see this with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. up here too. Everybody just wants as much of it as they can so that they can get the next fix. I get it. I do the same thing when I'm subscribed to reactors, because that's all I watch anymore also, is other people's reactions to shows I enjoy, whether I'm reacting to it or have watched it in the past. I'm always keeping up with that kind of stuff, and I'm always like, oh damn, I gotta wait for the next episode now. And I get it, but there's a realistic side of it for us that has to be considered, and a lot of people just aren't doing that. No spoilers for Usher, please. Well, I may have just dipped into a little bit of one. It doesn't really go too far, but yeah, I mean, if it's been out for a few weeks, we're gonna talk about it. I don't really have any bumpers up. The only time I restrict spoilers specifically is if it's the weekend release of a movie. So I apologize. I hope I didn't get into anything for that. What's up, Renan? How are you doing? How you doing, Joanne? New subscriber here. Just finished watching your Five Nights at Freddy's reaction. Excellent. I don't know what I was doing there. I knew a bit of the story from my daughter playing it on Roblox. I really enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed a lot of it. I can enjoy a film even irregardless of its, and I know people hate that word, regardless of its imperfections, and I really did enjoy the film. There's a lot to like about it. There's a lot of cool stuff. It was a little messy, but I had a damn good time. Some stuff still confuses me, but that's probably because I don't know the lore from the games and stuff like that. So it's nice to see more people enjoying it. I saw the audience score is pretty high. It's just really the critics that were getting ate up with it. But I had fun with it. I would like to see them make a sequel and then really kind of dial it in, What's your thoughts on May and Ward? That was not something I thought would happen. That is not something at all what I thought would happen. And it's very curious, but they are two people that probably out of everybody on that ship should probably bang one out, Is Usher really good? Dude, it is so good. Like 9 out of 10 good. Nah, I might be a little biased because I love Edgar Allan Poe and I love Mike Flanagan, and I think the show was just fucking fire. Am I a Power Rangers fan? Yes, I am. Got my Green Ranger helmet, my Green Ranger statue, the Mighty Morphin regular morpher, the Green Ranger and White Ranger morpher, Saba. the Dragon Dagger. I have all of the Power Rangers main helmeted pops. Yeah, man, I grew up on Power Rangers. I fell off after the first handoff. You know, I fell off pretty much at the end of the Zordon era. I've seen a few here and there. Like, I've watched RPM, I've seen Ninja Storm, I've seen Dino Thunder. But outside of those, I've kind of not seen. I've seen a lot of the I've seen any of the episodes that had any former Rangers returning. Other than that, I haven't seen full seasons in a long time. But I've watched Power Rangers since day one, the day it originally aired in '93. So I'm a don't want to pull the hipster card there, but I've been there from the get-go, man. I love it. Loved episode 10 of Doom Patrol season 4. Me freaking too. I've loved all the episodes so far. It's how I found Omni. You have to watch it. Don't have to watch it. I would like it if you watched it. It helps me out, but yeah, I loved it. It is intense. It's hard. It's definitely gory. It is dark, but it's great, especially if you like Edgar Allan Poe. Hell, even if you don't, you might enjoy it even more because you won't know what's coming. Because for me, I knew most of the stories, or at least remembered how most of the stories end. So like I forgot. So I would know, I could presume how certain episodes were going to conclude. Though, they still had some twists and turns that threw me for a loop a lot of the time. It was so fun. Let's see. I haven't seen the latest episode of Gen V, so I might leave soon to avoid spoilers, but I really liked it so far. Episode 6 was crazy, and a lot of good reveals and character study stuff. I think they're really going to keep that up. I love what they're kind of doing with Andre, breaking him down and his father's relationship and all of that. And then there's a couple other nice little things they're kind of going into. Sam is going to be the interesting person, especially considering this last episode to keep an eye on. Did I remember dragons? I always remember dragons. I have a theory about what happened at the end of Loki episode 4. Well, give it to me. What's your theory? I really want Daredevil Born Again to be good. I do too. I really hope that. For me, they gotta get out of it, man. they gotta do this one good. Loki is a show that feels like a show while only being 6 episodes, but each episode in both seasons feels very distinct. It's great. I agree. It's somehow, despite being 6 episodes out of all the other series, it's the one that feels like each episode matters so much. I felt that last season. I feel that here. And I don't know. I think that's what helps it stand out from some of the other ones. I think it's why it's one of the best ones they put out. Still, the team behind that is awesome. So yeah, dude. Let's go. More of it. I really want Moon Knight to get a season 2. I hope we do. I hope we get a season 2 of Moon Knight. I just want more Moon Knight, and I want more Oscar Isaac as Mark, man. As the whole crew. Sunrise, new eyes, mate. Indeed. Let's see. Scott, thank you for the super chat. Read a report that the Ray film is supposed to shoot next year. I'm excited for it. Screw the haters. I like Ray a lot. And priorities should be Ray film, then Mandiverse film, then move on. I mean, I think the priority should be whatever makes the most sense right now. I don't think we need to rush the Mandiverse film because I think we're still setting all that up, so we still definitely got to make sure that all of that feels right. And I wouldn't be opposed to a Ray film. So, but the thing is, they wanted to do an older Ray, was the last report that I saw. So it'd be like years and years after. So it's like it might not even be Daisy Ridley playing the same character, depending. So that would be an interesting choice should they go that route, because that was the original pitch that I saw circulating. But yeah, I'd love to see what they're doing with that in the future. Just kind of get away from some of that stuff. But then again, you just gotta find out what's the next obstacle, what's the next big bad, what's all that stuff, you know? And you know, it just calls into question everything that's come before the further and further you get away from Palpatine. So I don't know. It's a iffy thing going beyond that era in Star Wars and it making sense. Even the EU struggled at doing that real hard. Still waiting for the out, let's see. What's up, Daniel? Still waiting on the epic Power Rangers film. I enjoyed the 2017 movie for what it was, but it didn't work well to sell to the newer audiences. Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed a lot of the elements of it. It wasn't perfect. It had a lot of problems. That's some things that I didn't quite enjoy, but for the most part, I liked the idea, and I was hopeful that maybe it would be even better in its sequel. Learn some lessons from the first one, get its footing, and do something fun in the next one that's even better. Because what I liked about the 2017 movie is that they each of the Rangers had layers. They had character. They had depth. And not that they didn't in the original, but they were all very much the same kind of... They were all kind of the same gradient of the same, like, morality structure. They were just the goody two-shoes of the gang. And while that's great, and they had their own individual, like, things they were all into, they were all kind of on the same wavelength a lot of the time, for the most part. And I love that. I love that it works for the way the show presented itself and worked. But for what they were trying to do there, I really like them kind of giving them each their own kind of struggles and distinctions that went further than that. It was, as much as I don't like teen drama stuff, I liked the teen drama that they gave a lot of those characters. Some of them. Kimberly, though, they made an irredeemable bitch by the end of it, and even though we were supposed to be on her side by the end, it was whatever. So this is probably how the aura of Victor Timely is spread throughout the timelines in the multiverse, hereby fulfilling his cycle. There would now be an infinite number of variants of this person. And remember, he remains set in motion the events in 19th century to make his existence possible and possibly have another variant rescue the TVA. Must watch next episode. We'll find out. That's a good one. That's a possible good theory. What's up, Justine? And so far as this comment, YouTube hasn't eaten your words yet. Love the Loki show vibe. Like the way it's kind of eerie and dimly lit and suspenseful even. Yeah, the show's got a very distinctive look to it, especially because they add this film grain over it that looks real nice. Yeah, I love the whole vibe of the Loki show. When are you going to continue to stream Marvel Spider-Man 2? I'm going to try to tonight. I was going to, as you guys know if you were there last time, I was going to yesterday, but I had a lot of reaction stuff I needed to get done, and I just didn't have time because my morning was kind of taken up by recovery, and it took longer to get through that than I expected. I thought I'd just be able to get home and just get right into it, bang some stuff out, and then nap and then stream that night, but it didn't really work out that well. I thought Pym was sad, but I haven't quite untangled why. I watched this miserable family drama, yet somehow his isolation built from trauma, fear of loss, was just as sad in a different way. I kind of agree. There was something about him that carried it something a little bit deeper, and I couldn't quite place my finger on it. And it was like a self-imposed exile. Like, I would love to go back and see in this world what this character went through. Obviously, he's seen some horrors, he's seen some stuff, but he's also been around the world, he's seen the world, he's experienced the world. He knows the world a little bit better than the Ushers ever will. And I think that's one of the reasons he's able to do what he does so well, but he also, in order to survive in the world, he learned to cut himself off from anyone and anything that might give power over him. So it is a sad way to live, but it's really, really interesting. Since Taika Waititi isn't going to direct Thor 5, who do you think would be a good choice? Who? Damn, I don't know. Denis Villeneuve, but that would be a whole different view. I was just thinking, what would be good for a space epic? Thor, I don't think we could get going that direction. I don't know, man. I'm really having a hard time thinking of somebody that would be able to fit that mold very well, but also have an openness for the surreal. I can tell you who would make an interesting Thor movie. Ari Aster. I don't know, when I said those words, it made me think of Midsummer. And I was like, oh my gosh, could you imagine like a trippy, like psychological horror, but with Thor? He's got a lot to unpack, so I don't know. I'm not sure, man. Sorry about that. I can't think of anybody right now that I feel like would actually be a good fit. We want the content, but some days we forget we're human and we gotta wait for them to have time to watch the thing we want. Exactly. Wow, 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 wow. What's up, Joy Boy? Hey, broski, what's up, Issa? Have I seen the trailer for Night Swim? Nope. I've not been really watching a lot of trailers as of late. I don't know what anybody's talking about or anything like that. There's, other than the Doctor Who trailers, I have been keeping up with a lot of movie stuff. Have I seen the news that the showrunner of Netflix's Marvel's Punisher will be the showrunner of Daredevil and Loki Season 2's director Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead are going to be directing as well? Yes, I did see that news, and that's got me excited, though I've been very critical of Punisher Season 2. Wasn't a huge fan of Punisher Season 2, but Punisher Season 1 is one of the best things they've put out. So, either way, like, both of those seasons were pretty solid, but... And I even think Punisher Season 2 has been way better than some of the Marvel stuff we've gotten. That's not Loki or WandaVision. So, that gives me some hope. Especially with the directors they've chosen. Maybe I'm wrong, but Night Swim looks like another Jaws knockoff. Wouldn't know. I have no idea what it is. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I want a sequel to Violent Night. I think you mentioned that last weekend, actually, too, Dion. I would love one. As much as I would love one, though, I would much rather have a prequel that explores his life as a Viking, warrior before he became Santa. That would be awesome. My sister is taking my nephew, 11-year-old, to see FNAF, and I hope they enjoy it, mainly because it would make buying Christmas gifts so much easier. How so? I'm just like, if she gets into FNAF, you know, something you can latch on and get her some new stuff. Is that the strategy? I mean, I hope she likes it. There's some pretty intense things. It's a PG-13, and I know they were like, oh, we're pushing the boundaries of PG-13. They really didn't, but there is like one or two things that is a little messed up. Same, been there with Power Rangers since the very first episode of Season 1. Hell yeah, old school. Five Nights at Freddy's was good. Flawed, sure, but I enjoyed the time. Wish we got more Matthew Lillard, though. Agreed. You can never have too little Matthew Lillard. I'm sorry, enough Matthew Lillard. You can definitely have too little Matthew Lillard. FNAF was fun. It was. I enjoyed it. Again, I don't get this saying, like, I know there's a lot of people out there, if something's got some flaws, if it's not perfect, they can't let themselves enjoy it. I don't understand that. Because, man, I love The Room. I love Samurai Cop. I loved flawed movies. And it's not like that. Like, it is not that. It is a capable movie across the board. I just had a couple of hang-ups with it, but it was a lot of fun. Love you, bro. What's up, Cameron? Howdy do. Like FNAF, Chucky Season 3 reactions. I mean, I've got all of Season 3 up right now. Check them out. Matthew Lillard is going to be in the next Flanagan project, I hear. I did see that. Him, Mark Hamill, Chiwetel Ejiofor, a few other people as well that I can't really remember. I don't know what it is. It's called The Life of Chuck, right? I'm not sure what it is, but just at a glance, it seems like it doesn't seem horror. So I'm going to check it out regardless, because Mike Flanagan's got my view no matter what it is anymore. Though I still need to watch more of his films. The only films I've seen of his is Oculus, Sleep, and Hush. Josh Hutcherson did a great job. He did. There was a couple times where I was like, I don't know what that line delivery was, but for the most part, he did a really damn good job. I wonder if Shang-Chi is going to appear in another Marvel project before his sequel. I hope so. That movie alone was like the bright spot in Marvel films in the last, what, 4 or 5 years now? Well, never mind, you posted it. Found them. Hell yeah. Go check them out. I've seen the movie Triple Frontier. I have not heard of it either. Have Have I seen film 6, Underground? And do you think it was horrible? I have not seen it. I didn't see it. That's the Netflix Michael Bay, Ryan Reynolds movie, right? I think. I could be wrong. But if it's so, I haven't seen it. Loki episode 4, I think the timelines weren't exploding, they were combining, causing an incursion with every timeline, which would make it possible for every Kang to be in one place, and then the war begins. That can't happen right now. I mean, I like that theory, but that can't happen at the moment, I would imagine. I know it's going to set the stage for that, but I don't know that they all incurred. They did all suck into the explosion, but I don't think that's going to explain what comes next. Because if they're all in one place, you're not going to be able to do Secret Wars, you're not going to be able to do Kang Dynasty or any of that stuff. I don't know. Maybe, but we'll see. How's your cat? Is she doing well? She's been real rough this last 2 weeks. She's not eating much, and she's pretty much only sleeping and eating at the moment. And it's not, I'll be honest, it's not looking very good. So I'm just doing my best to keep her comfortable for now, and then we may have to make a decision in the near future. How did you like the Chucky Season 3 so far? And can you do a Chucky Season 3 Part 2 trailer reaction? No. I'm not doing trailer reactions while the strikes are going on, so that part's a no. And also, I'm going to be watching anyway. I don't need to know what's coming, so I'll watch it when it comes out. So that way, everything's going to be a surprise, and I don't have any expectations going into the second half. But I really enjoyed it. It was all over the place, tonally. The writing was a little choppy. Felt like the pace was a little weird, but I still had a lot of fun. Because it's hard not to have fun with Chucky, man. I'm just waiting for Kang to become ruthless. Likewise. They even acknowledged Shang-Chi is getting a sequel. They said something about it after the movie came out, but we haven't heard anything since. I think so. Like 6 Underground. It was the most Michael Bay thing ever, but it was an entertaining blast. I think I mean, it might be. I can't speak for that, but Ambulance was very Michael Bay. But I liked it. 2017 Power Rangers didn't balance teen drama and Power Rangers very well, but I liked the movie. I don't know. Yeah, there was not enough Power Rangers in that movie, but I liked the teen drama stuff, but there wasn't enough Power Rangers in it. Matthew Lillard would be perfect for the Flanaganverse. I agree. He'd fit right in. Still can't stop and think about that movie Ambulance, the one with the one I just mentioned too. Hell yeah. Let's see. What's up, Michaela? Long time no chat. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well as well. What have you been into? What have you been watching? Love Spider-Man 2. I can't wait to play more. I've been really having that itch. Because I was trying to decide, because of everything going on and I'm on call and stuff like that, with the chance of having the stream interrupted if that were to happen, which would it be better this weekend to pre-record stuff? But then I was just thinking like, well, there's a good chance I could finish something if I pre-record, if I play enough of it, but I don't know. I'm a little torn on how to move forward, because I do want to move forward while people are still like hungering for it. I'm loving this chat. I have found my tribe. Welcome. We do this. I try to do this every weekend. Now, there won't be one next weekend. I'll be out of town for a wedding next weekend, so gotta be a groomsman again. So we won't have one next weekend though. But I try to do these every weekend. Every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US for you guys. I want Thor and Loki to reunite. I believe from what they said, the showrunners and some of the people at Marvel, that will be inevitable. So I do also want the same, and I'm excited for it. What's up, Sabersmith? Are you gonna get any Ahsoka merch? Funkos, maybe? Right now, there's not really any Funkos I would just run out and get, unless it was maybe an Anakin one from Ahsoka, his appearance at Ahsoka. But aside from that, I don't have really anything. Maybe some lightsabers if they release some of the Black Series lightsabers. I might get some of those, but yeah. Ambulance is wild. A 2-hour car chase scene with Jake and Yaya giving great performances. It felt dragged out at times, but it was for sure entertaining. And what I loved about it, what I actually cackled out loud in the theater, I think I was the only person in the theater, so I'm not too bad about it, was just like, I think I read too, and I could be wrong about this, this was the first time Michael Bay incorporated drones into his cinematography, and you can tell he was just going wild with the drone shots unnecessarily, and it was hilarious. Not sure if you talked about it, but what are your thoughts on the Stranger Things prequel stage play? I don't think I've talked about it at all. It's a little crazy to me that they are wanting to spread out actual canon lore into a thing that not everybody's going to be able to see. It feels very Square Enix, very Kingdom Hearts-like to do something very similar, you know, setting things apart on different mediums, because we're also getting canon material in a VR game that gives us more insight into the Upside Down and Vecna. So I feel like I don't like that we're setting it away from something we can view actively, but you know, I'd see it if I could. I don't know what's going to happen in Hawkins' Indiana gang from Stranger Things Season 5. Well, everybody's there now. Everybody's united for the time being. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens, man. I have no idea. Will needs a happy ending. They all do, but Will mostly. That is my one contingency. I think Will needs some damn happiness and a damn break. Oh, Scott, thank you for another super chat. You think Abeloth is coming? I feel like there are a lot of clues that could point to that, but like I said in my breakdown for the finale, it very much so wouldn't make any sense for the father to be pointing towards the mother. So I doubt it. It would be cool. It would make sense with some of the things that they have set up, but I doubt it. I honestly don't think we getting the characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU. I think we might after all this multiverse stuff happens. After what Kevin Feige said. I know I'm in the minority, but I actually really like Thor Love and Thunder. Short Gore should have actually butchered, and it was a bit too goofy at times, but I don't know, I had fun time. I like the Thor Jane stuff. Everything else, aside from the fight on the moon when everything was in black and white except for their abilities, aside from that and the Thor and Jane story, a lot of it didn't work for me, sadly. I hope Abeloth is coming. Another one. Is Violent Night the movie where Hopper turns into a killer via Viking Santa? He doesn't turn into, he just is. And he's not, he kills evil people to protect a little girl. So it's not like an evil Santa thing. He's a good Santa in the movie, but yes. I really hope we end the year with a bang. I hope so too. I hope this strike comes to a fair agreement for the actors and we can get all this shit over with and the studios get their heads out of their asses. How about the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once directing Thor 5? That could work. That would be interesting. I would like to see their perspective on stuff. I like their films, the Daniels. I like the films of theirs that I've seen. So that could be fun. Because my immediate go-to is Lord and Miller, but Disney already has a little bit of an issue with them, apparently. Well, at least Lucasfilm does. I don't know about Marvel or Disney proper. I think they would fit in well. Or, yeah, I don't know. Because I think you should get somebody that's got a little bit of an experience with some of these grander scope kind of things. So I'm not sure who would fit in that category. I think James Gunn, honestly, would have been a really good fit. But we know he's done with Marvel, too. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Power Rangers was one of the first superhero shows I watched. It's hard to tell for me. I can't remember. For me, it was... Well, hold on. I can answer that question, I think. When did this come out? Okay, that answers that. So Batman the Animated Series came out the year before. I couldn't remember when it came out, so that would definitely probably have been my first superhero thing. I know growing up, even before Power Rangers came out, I had some Batman comics. Obviously, there was Batman 89. I had seen that at a young age. Probably shouldn't have, but I had. That probably was my first. I hope that one day you do a Hereditary reaction. I've already seen it, so I know what happens. I know the vibe for it all, so I can't, unfortunately, I wouldn't, I mean, I could do a commentary, but I know the ins and outs of that movie. Sadly, I don't think we'll get a reaction to that. Imagine SpongeBob in the MCU. Why? Why would we do this? Why would you do this? SpongeBob and Deadpool. That would be an interesting conversation. After a Wolverine game, I'd love to see Insomniac do a Daredevil game. I think that would go hard. Ooh, yes. That's what I was hoping they would do as their next follow-up. I mean, I get kind of breaking away from it because he would also be in New York in Hell's Kitchen. It would basically be the same map, though scaled down because he doesn't really patrol all of New York or anything like that, like Spider-Man. You know, he sticks to a pocket. So you could definitely branch that out, add the interiors, and really kind of do some fun stuff with that. But, you know, the games are already very Arkham-like, and I think you could have a really fun Daredevil game in that vein. My nephew is hard to buy for. He doesn't like books, which is the easy go-to for most introverts that I know. They don't allow him multiplayer games because he's only 11 and has a temper. That's smart. That is actually pretty smart. I would be mad if I was the kid, but from somebody who let that competitive rage fester in multiplayer games early on, you definitely probably need to not exacerbate that. I kind of want the girl from Logan to be in the MCU. Hey, who knows? After Deadpool 3, who knows? Who knows anymore? We'll see. Yeah, anything's on the table with all this stuff right now. Speaking of Violent Night, Silent Night, the new Joel Kinnaman's Christmas action movie directed by John Woo is coming out on December 1st. Looks like a good time. I thought the trailer looked really terrible, but I'm excited for a new John Woo film, especially with the guy at the center with. So I mean, I feel like it's probably going to be a fun watch. I just did not like the trailer. Watched Saw X last weekend. Thought it was good. I think it's the best Saw. I think, again, like I said in my review, if you delete the nostalgia of the first movie out of my brain, I think this is the best Saw movie. It's definitely the best sequel, in my opinion. Shang-Chi gave me Iron Man feel from the new start of a superhero cinematic universe. Definitely. I think it's my favorite origin story solo film since. You think they should not reboot Jaws? I don't know how you could do it and it not suck. So I would definitely want people to stay away from Jaws. I love that movie. I think it holds up. Hell, I saw it in theaters when during everything that was going on when they were putting out old movies out. I finally went and saw it for the first time in theaters for myself. I saw the movie for the first time. I've seen the movie 1,000 times. But the first time I got to watch it on the big screen. And dude, that movie, it holds up, man. The banter, the shots, the shark, all of it, iconic. Love you so much. Oh, thank you, 3 Bolts. Love all you guys. I love the support, the community, and just all the positivity we all kind of garner, man. The shared love, the communion, the tribalness of our enjoyment of these things. Shang-Chi definitely was one of the best MCU origin movies. Agreed. What's up, Sidekick? Welcome, welcome. The fights in the movie were also really, really good. That's for sure. What's up, Ginger? Just sneaking in to say hi. I'm having a Halloween quiz night. Oh, that sounds really fun. I'm jealous. That sounds real fun. Don't watch the trailer for the second part of Chucky's season. Many spoilers. I'm definitely going to steer clear of it. But I I appreciate you looking out. They are making a slasher horror version of It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Knife trailer looks good enough, and the killer costume is unique. I don't know that I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. I know I haven't, actually. So I'm not sure if I would appreciate the connection. I need another Jordan Peele movie. You know, the only one of his I've actually seen is Nope. The only one I've seen is Nope. I still need to see Get Out and Us, even though I know already the ending of both, or the twist in one and the ending of the other, I think. But there's probably a lot in there that just kind of hearing won't do for you. Sorry about your count, Omni. Let me know if there's anything you can do. It's just nature taking its course, man. But I appreciate it. I think there's going to be a new version of the TVA in the next episode. A different filter, different tech, more better tech specifically, and just different everything, honestly. But we'll see. Honestly, I think there's going to be no TVA. That's my guess. People say Mando Season 3 was all about Bo-Katan saving Mando, but Moff Gideon would have killed Bo-Katan without Mando saving her at the end. Nothing in Season 3 would have happened without Mando. He spurred and motivated the entire story. Even if he wasn't at the center, he was the aggravator making everything happen. The season could not have happened without him, and their success could not have happened without him. Again, there's just a lot of people, for some reason, don't understand or missed, or I don't know, with Season 3. Again, you don't have to like it, but there's a lot of misunderstandings and misinterpretations of what was going on that I just do not understand, and it just makes me feel like they weren't paying attention. They weren't watching it. They were just mad that she was getting attention. I mean, no, that's not the only reason. You know, there are some valid criticisms about the pacing and the structuring and the execution, and even just the enjoyment of some of the stuff, the storylines. But at the core, a lot of the complaints are explained and not at all the case when you actually watch the show. I have a feeling the Loki Season 2, again, that doesn't mean you have to like it, but a lot of people's points are invalid a lot of the time, if you actually paid attention. I have a feeling that Loki Season 2 is going to end on an insane note. We'll see. Well, they said that this has a satisfying bookend conclusion, so I don't know if we're going to end with a cliffhanger or anything like that like we did in the last season. Because they said the seasons 1 and 2 are kind of one story. So I imagine we will get maybe an end point. Not an end point for the show, but maybe this storyline comes to an end. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Damn it, Omni, next weekend, have fun at the wedding, I guess. We'll see. We will see. Let's see. You gonna be watching the final episode of Attack on Titan? Yes, I will be. Hell yeah, I cannot wait for that, man. I cannot wait. I think the Stranger Things plane will be on streaming like Hamilton was. I hope it will, at least. It better be. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty shitty move. It's cool, it's neat, I like branching out, but if it was like an adaptation of the show, that'd be one thing, rather than actually useful information and canon information of the show, rather than a stage adaptation. So that's the part that kills me. The new David Fincher Michael Fassbender movie, The Killer, is coming out on Netflix November 10th. Any chance of a reaction? First time hearing of it. I can look into it and see, but we'll have to play it by ear right now. I'm not sure how November's looking at the moment. I don't think anything that early is coming up. I'll have to keep an eye. I'll watch the trailer and see if it interests me at all. But yeah, we'll see. Triple Frontier is a movie with the actors Batfleck, Moon Knight, and Mandalorian, Tron Legacy Guy, and Pacific Rim Guy. What the hell? I still need to watch Pacific Rim, man. I can't believe Attack on Titan series finale is next week. Oh my god, it's next week? What day? Oh god. November 4th. Shit. Well, I won't have that reaction out on time. That will have to wait until Sunday, sadly. Damn it. I'm gonna miss the wave. Damn people getting married. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to watch it on time. My reaction is going to be late. Shit, I didn't realize it was the same weekend. I'm still super on the Will needs a little villain / kick-ass moment in season 5. He's so sweet. I need him to go the hell off at least once. Yes. Villain moment? Probably not. But I do need him to really just assert himself and get out of his own head. Just get into it. Fuck somebody up. I don't know. Beat the shit out of Mike. Somebody. I don't know. I don't know why my favorite part of Mandalorian Season 2 was Skywalker. I mean, watching everyone's reactions to it was absolutely insane. I mean, yeah. That moment was insane. And I did the same thing. I will literally audition for Will's boyfriends if I have to. I like how you said boyfriends. Slut him up. Even though I'd rather not be in one of my favorite shows, so I wouldn't get spoiled. That's fair. What about the directors of the movie talk to me to direct Thor 5? I mean, it could work. They've done their fair share of really YouTube level superhero stuff. It would be a huge next step for them, but sure, why not? From on MGM, 2 seasons, the most underrated horror mystery TV series this year for sure. I would love to see you react to it. Watch the first episode, you'll get addicted. Haven't heard of that one at all. I have to look into it. Talk to Me was such an awesome movie. I agree. I really, really like Talk to Me. I think that's my favorite horror movie I've seen this year. Original horror movie, let's say. And actually, no, I think I even liked it more than Saw 10 for that matter. I loved Saw 10, but Talk to Me was really good. What do you think of the South Park episode that took a shot at both Disney and Kathleen Kennedy? Which one? I don't know. I don't know that I've seen one that specifically targets Kathleen Kennedy, but they've ragged on Disney for decades. Can't wait for the Godzilla Monarch show on Apple TV, but I don't know where the timeline is. It's post. It is both in the past, like pre-Kong, and post. I think Godzilla, King Kong versus Godzilla. Godzilla versus King Kong, whatever the title of that one was. I think it's because it deals with 2 timelines. There's a past storyline and a present storyline. And I think the present one takes place most recently after the last movie. I'm not exactly sure where the past timeline takes place. I heard some say that having Loki or Gamora still around after them dying in Infinity War makes the deaths less impactful. Your thoughts? No, because that version of that character still died. Everything that person did still died. I'm not putting a lot of those on these characters because they are not that version of that character. Much like Gamora said, she's not that Gamora. That Gamora, the Gamora we loved is dead. Same reason why I got so upset when they did the thing to Sarah Lance in Legends of Tomorrow is the one I was following is dead and gone, and no one seems to care. And I hate it. Batman, the animated series, Brave and the Bold, Spider-Man, the animated series, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, X-Men, one of them was my first. Yeah, actually, it may have been Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles might have actually predated Batman now that I think about it. I don't know why, but I think the X-Men theme song is so iconic. I mean, because it's just badass. It's just so good, man. Agreed. Am I the only one that's been begging for ages for an open world game of Westeros universe? Assassin's Creed style, or The Witcher. Imagine walking around Westeros. That would be actually pretty sweet, actually. I know they've done like a Risk style game. They've done the Telltale game, which I haven't played. I have it, but I haven't played it. You know, they've done stuff like that, but an open world Westeros game would be pretty sweet. You could do that. Hell, you could do an MMO. Pick your house, pick your place. That could be fun. But otherwise, an open world game like that would be pretty sweet, honestly. What's up, Dally Pool? Hey, brother, hope you're well. I really enjoyed your reaction all the way from Ireland. Shout out to Ireland. One day, I will make it to that country. I need to see it. I've seen all the Star Wars, etc., but I'm not seeing any of the animated ones. What would you recommend, and in what order? Honestly, if you want to just kind of get your foot, like dip your toes in a little bit, you could watch Tales of the Jedi, because it's just these... Never mind, don't do that. Scratch all of that, because you need Clone Wars context for like 3 of those episodes. Actually, more of those episodes. The Dooku stuff, not so much, but the Ahsoka stuff, you probably need a little context for. So rewind, scratch that out. Visions, though, if you're looking for something a little loose, that's real fun. They're all anthology. They're all just little short stories, individual, unconnected, done by different studios. Beautiful stuff. It's reimagined. None of it's canon, but it's a lot of fun. Different studios playing with Star Wars iconography. Love it. Beautiful stuff. But I highly recommend Clone Wars. If you go into it, watch Clone Wars. There is a chronological watch order you can find online for it. I've always just watched it the way through, but it is out of order in the first seasons because of some production issues. So the ordering is a little weird earlier on. It makes it a little difficult to watch. It also starts off very kiddie, very goofy, but it really starts to pick up and mature as it goes on, man. It's actually pretty messed up at times, especially for what something young kids would have been watching when it was coming out. Clone Wars is really freaking good. And at this point, it's not necessary, but it's definitely a helpful thing if you're going to be watching any live action Star Wars stuff coming to Disney Plus in the near future. It will accentuate all of your viewing experience moving forward if you watch Clone Wars and if you watch Rebels, because they especially if we get a season 2 of Ahsoka or any of the stuff involving Thrawn, all the stuff moving forward in the Mandalorian stuff, necessary. Also, Caleb suggests, I just saw that popped up. I'm skipping ahead, but I just saw out of the corner of my eye because it's on topic here. There is the 2003 Clone Wars micro series that Genndy Tartakovsky did, which also isn't canon, but is wild and fun to watch. I'm still waiting for the Halo Season 2. We'll see what happens. I hope it is better, man. I know they had a lot of production issues. They dropped and lost the showrunner in the middle of it all. And we're hopefully Season 2 is fucking better, man. It had some moments. It had some really good moments, but for the most part, I was just not having a lot of it. What's up, Sketch? It's been 84 years. Never give a kid with anger issues the power of Call of Duty. Agreed. For me, it was always Halo, but you can extend that to any FPS or any multiplayer game. If I got into it real hard, man, the rage would come out. I checked out Invasion 2021 by Apple TV. No, actually, the only Apple TV stuff I've seen so far has been Severance. I've started Ted Lasso, and I watched The Greatest Beer One Ever. I think those are the only Apple TV Plus stuff that I've watched. It's Morbin time. Unsure what to buy someone for the occasion? The answer is always Legos. I mean, it's not a bad option these days. Invasion was awesome. Just finished season 2. Never heard of it. Never seen a Saw movie yet. There's something, man. They are not for the weak of stomach. Wise words, Janine. I believe Confucius said it first. Oh my god. That's great. I also think it's best sequel for sure, and the first one is still better in my opinion. It's so good. Yeah, in hindsight though, there's some elements of the first movie that don't hold up. Mostly Lee Wynell's acting and a couple of elements in the story. But, like I said, you can't downplay the iconicness of the twist, the feel, the reveals, the way it all unfolded. It's just iconic. But I personally do think that the new one is a better movie than the first one, like if you're talking all things considered. I still haven't heard anything for the sequel for that one Tornado movie, the one with Bill Paxton. Twister? Dude, I've seen Twister so many times. I used to be able to quote that movie from beginning to end. But yeah, dude, they said they were making a sequel. Still, yeah, we haven't heard anything about that in a couple of years now. What's up, Mercenary? Have I seen FNAF yet? Have you checked out your notifications on the channel, or have you not hit that bell? Reaction is actually on the channel right now, assuming it hasn't been blocked yet. So far, it still survives. HT survives. Hey, hey. Speaking of, real quick, I'm gonna do something. Where are you at? Going to steal some linky dinks. Let's go with that. Let's see how that goes. Alright, back to this. Hey, Omni managed to avoid spoilers for Usher in the last week's chat, but wanted to pop in and say thanks for a great reaction. Did you finally finish, or you still got some episodes to go? Do you think James Gunn has what it takes to make DC great again? Get him a red fucking hat that just has the DC logo on it. No, don't do that. I hope so. He knows characters and he knows these worlds in and out, and we just gotta see him do some fun stuff, man. I just hope he gets these characters right. I just noticed I had a spelling in the title of this, my Five Nights at Freddy's video. Five Nights at Freddy's. All right, there we go, fixed it. I'm gonna actually add a FNAF movie. All right, there we go. I hope so, man. I think he's got the gumption for it. But we'll just have to see. It's a huge undertaking, for sure. Sure. So sorry about your kitty. We lost our cat of 17 years. God, I've had many a cat, dude, but I've never had one last 17 years. I've not heard of a cat living that long, to be honest. But I'm sorry to hear that. We adopted a black cat 2 weeks ago today, and she was laying in my lap during episode 4 of Usher. Made me a little nervous, understandably so. I want a black cat and I want a white cat, and I want to name them after the cats from Sailor Moon. I'm not sure if you heard, but there's going to be a Black Phone 2, and I have to say I did not see that coming. I don't know how, but okay. Our tribe. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me, nerdy introverts unite separately in our own homes. I like your sense of humor. Highly recommend It's a Wonderful Life. Like a whole lot. Iconic. There's still a bunch of iconic movies I still need to see one of these days. Mando had a lot of participation in season 3. It's like Across the Spider-Verse thing where there's two characters sharing the screen. That's a good comparison right there. Any predictions how the season finale will end or anything like that will happen? Not at all. I got nothing after this last episode's conclusion, man. Don't know. Sorry, Carrie. Don't bury her in the pet cemetery. Promise us. Don't worry. Not happening. Can you check out the trailer from on the stream? No. I just want to see your reaction. That TV series is your face. That series is your face. I don't have time to do that right now. Unfortunately, I apologize. I don't know what I'd do if I lived in the MCU. Maybe tried to rizz up Kate Bishop. Hey, I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you one bit. Emma and Jake are great in Gen V. They got so much natural chemistry. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But wait, Jake? Sam? Emma and Sam? Loki and Moon Knight directors are going to direct Daredevil Born Again. More hype than ever for that show. I just want them to get it right, man. That's all I ask. Do you have any movies that you might watch on Halloween? For the channel? No. For myself? Don't know yet. I'm probably just going to be keeping up with all the normal shenanigans for the channel. I don't know if I'll be Halloweening too hard, but we'll see. Did you hear that they are making a Gladiator 2? Yes. They've been talking about that for some time, actually. I want a new Pacific Rim movie, and I also want a sequel to Real Steel. Still never seen Real Steel. I have not seen that at all. I have seen a few reactions to it, so I don't know if my reaction would be very pure, because I do remember what happens in it. Flynn, that's the name of Tron Legacy guy, at least the last name. Yeah, what was the kid's name? I like Tron Legacy. I don't remember his name. Sam Flynn. Because his father was Kevin Flynn. That was Jeff Bridges' character. I love the first movie. I really enjoyed the second one. I wish we were getting a direct sequel to that and not some untitled fucking non-continuation. Marvels takes place after Loki, right? Or is it before chronological? It's hard to say when all your show takes place outside of time. I have no idea how to answer that question. Real Steel is awesome. NSU Time is very confusing to me. Has anyone seen Triangle? One of the best time loop movies ever made, in my opinion. I've not heard of it. So that's a no from me. I might have to look into it, though. Triple Frontier is on Netflix. It stars Oscar Isaac, Pedro Pascal, Ben Affleck, Charlie Hunnam, and Garrett Hedlund. It's quite the good movie. Yeah, I haven't heard of it. I'll have to look into it. Might have to check it out. Have I watched Sons of Anarchy? I have not. Never looked like it was up my alley when I was growing up. If you haven't, you should watch it. Definitely worth it. It's on my poll, I know that much. It's on our TV show poll list, so it's always a possibility. We have a slot open and stuff like that, but we're kind of booked on that front for the time being. From is directed by the writers of Lost, and the main character was in Lost and Matrix movies. You should check it out. I still have never seen Lost. Freaking love that action-packed movie on Netflix. I think it was called The Gray Man. That was a fun movie. Surprisingly, a lot more funny than I expected it to be. Check out my reaction to that if you haven't seen it. Talk to Me is going to be an instant classic. I think so. I think it's called Into the Panderverse. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm behind on recent South Park, that's for sure. Thank you, Eric. Puppy! I platinumed Spider-Man 2. Dude, everybody's getting these platinums already. I'm gonna be late to the platinum party. Thank you for the super chat, though. I really, really appreciate that, man. Where did I leave off? Here we are. I'd like to see Michael Giacchino direct an MCU movie. Loved his soundtracks for a bunch of movies, and his directorial debut with Werewolf by Night last year was great. Honestly, yeah, I would like to see him get a feature. That would be really freaking cool. Werewolf by Night in Color also dropped on Disney Plus a week ago, and it's bloody glory. That was something I was thinking about. It's like, because they could get away with a lot on Disney by black and whiting everything, so you can't, the blood's not vivid. So I that is one thing I am curious about, to check it out to see how it differs. I've seen the recent Marvel's promos. I do not watch them. Implies that Dar-Benn has a major connection to a major previous villain. I mean, I assume Ronan, but I don't watch the promos. If it's under 30 seconds, I don't watch it. If it's under 40 seconds, I usually don't watch it either. Still think Logan movie was very emotional, but it was still more emotional. But was it more emotional than Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Honestly, for me, probably not. That might be blasphemous to say to a lot, but I don't know. Maybe if I saw Logan when it came out and not had this expectation built up in my head what it was, maybe it would have hit even harder than it did. It still hit pretty hard, but dude, Guardians 3 was really rough. Did you know there was the last season of Dark? I think they ruined the TV series with that last season. Really? I loved it. I don't think they ruined anything with it. I mean, they've been building it up from the very get-go. I think it was great. There's still some things that I think, just because of the time travel nature of it all, that kind of gets lost in the paradoxical nature of it, but they did a damn good job closing most of the loops. Wouldn't mind an open world RPG based on Westworld. It's another series I've never watched. Open world based on the first season of Westworld. Wanted to watch Westworld, but HBO Max had to get rid of it. Oh yeah, I forgot they got rid of it. Damn. For Spider-Man 2 play with the videos are pretty amazing. Excited to see more of them. I'm hoping to get more of that out tonight. Did you hear about the Wonder Man and Vision Quest shows being canceled by Marvel? No, I haven't heard any updates on either of those shows. Is it from an actual source? Of a reliable one? There's that comment from Caleb I interjected earlier. What's the girl's name with the blood powers in Gen V? Marie Moreau. Ever since we got the announcement of I Am Legend 2, we still haven't got any updates. It's not a movie I'm looking forward to. I wasn't a huge fan of I Am Legend. I've never read the book, so I don't know about that. It was okay. It was fine, but I've never been clamoring for it, but I'd watch it, I guess. I'd give it a chance. Heard the new news about Superman and Lois. I have. About the writer's room, about the cast, about the delays. I've seen, unless there's something new, but I've heard they cut the writer's room down to just, I think, 4 people now to save on the budget. Can't wait for Arcane Season 2. For me, it was one of my top animated series. Oh, for damn sure. 100%. I can't wait for that. Dude, the first season blew me away. Miss Superman and Lois so much. Me too. Man, Spider-Man 2 is such a blast to watch the playthroughs here on YouTube. Makes me want to revisit the Spider-Man animated series / movies. I'd love to actually go back and rewatch the animated series in like with a present day perspective to see how it holds up. Think we getting a sequel to Barbarian? I don't know. I've still never seen Barbarian. I haven't seen any of the Hostel films. I've seen the first one. I don't think I've seen any of the sequels though. I remember after getting home from the Dollar Theater watching Attack of the Clones, I turned on Cartoon Network and it's the episode where Anakin gets knighted. That was a great day. That was a great episode too. I really love those little shorts, man. I do wish some of them were still canon though. I think The Last of Us TV show was the best adaptation ever made from a video game. Just perfection. Just thought it would be more fights with the clickers. Agreed. I'm right there with you. I agree, 100%. Best live action video game adaptation we've had of anything. But yeah, it had my biggest complaint is the lack of infected. And not one time did Joel or Ellie sneak around and use a brick or a bottle to distract any infected. Not accurate. I was 5 years old and one of the first few things I remember from that age. Yeah. I would have been 11 when those were coming out. 12? I can't math. One of those. What's up? Enigma. What up? I think Halloween Ends is very controversial. Yeah. So was Kills. Did I see that J2O put your clips in his mixed reactions? I dab. He follows me. We follow each other online too, so I am aware of good old Johnny O. And I always appreciate that because it brings in new faces sometimes. What would you say are some of the more underrated MCU fight scenes? I'd say Thor versus the Frost Giants, Black Widow's Red Room fight, and Bucky and Sam versus John Walker, just to name a few. Well, the Bucky and Sam versus Walker was really good. Underrated. Dude, I don't know. It's not really like a one-on-one, I guess, but like Tony Stark's infiltration. I mean, it's not a fight. I was gonna say his infiltration of the base in Iron Man 3. Maybe not. Maybe that doesn't count. I don't know. It's hard to think of one. I love the fight scene at the was it a restaurant or a casino? I don't remember. In Black Panther, when they kind of like infiltrate and mess up that buy and meet with Ross, and it busts out into the car chase after, where they all had to dress up, and the Dora Milaje were in like undercover. That was a fun fight, but I'm struggling to think of anything. Halfway through the Usher series, the Netflix one, not the singer. Really, mama, singing up higher. And on the floor. Damn, man. Come on. Come on. 4 more episodes. Push through. Well, they did it to my boy Victor Timely. Gave me flashbacks to Doctor Strange 2, aka Reed Richards. It was way more brutal, though. You actually saw his skeleton and his jawbone and his spine as he liquidated away. Janine Usher, Netflix, awesome. Very. Gotta head out, Omni. Take it easy, good vibes. Thanks for stopping in, man. We'll watch and finish the stream another time. I'll try to push myself through the workday. Take care. Hope the rest of your work shift goes well. Or if you meant that for later, definitely get into it, man. I just need James Gunn to play Dr. Psycho in live action. Like, I've seen Gunn cosplay as Dr. Psycho, and it's perfect. I need to look up that cosplay, but that would be really funny. Really hope the Avengers Assemble scene from Endgame will never be forgotten. Dude, I don't know how it could be, man. Like, it's cemented in my brain, and it still gives me chills to this day. Thank you, Scott, for another super chat. Next year, we're getting the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, so maybe Mando Season 4, like fall 2025. What do you want to see happen in Season 4? Honestly, I don't know. It really depends on how these other series. I know Acolyte is the outlier here because it's set during the High Republic, so it's not going to have anything to do with anything going on in the present galaxy. Skeleton Crew, however, will. So it really just depends. I can't really answer that because it really just depends on what shows fill in what's happening here in the meantime. That'll inform my opinion of that. I'd love to kind of go back at like a little bit of more of a season 1 vibe, a random job of the week kind of thing. Just do something a little episodic while the world is kind of collecting itself. But it really just depends. I feel like we're just going to catch back up with him when all the shit's hitting the fan. And he'll be invited in. So I really don't know. I'll get to that here in a minute. Where was I? Here we go. Okay, but Volley falls down for no reason at the end of that fight will never not be funny to me. That's why versus fight with Sam and Spider-Man. Oh, that's a good fight. I do like that one. That was a good fight. My cat is named after the great King Ragnar Wolfbrock. That's a badass name for a cat. Any interest in playing Alan Wake 2, my guy? I need to play the first one if I were to dive into that, but right now things are a little too busy and I still got Spider-Man to get through. But I don't know that I'd play it on the channel, but I definitely would. I'm definitely going to miss the window for Alan Wake 2, like while everybody's playing it. That's for sure. Busy Halloweening, but booping in to say hi, or rather, boop. Well, keep on Halloweening, and thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoy your weekend and get all the Halloween season out of your blood before Christmas comes and beats you up. I need a Where's Waldo movie. I don't even know how you would do that. Make him a whistleblower. Make him a whistleblower and he's wanted by the government or some shit. Oh my god. Or like a Jason Bourne-like movie. Alan Wake 2 is awesome. Is it out? It's not out, right? I didn't think it was out yet. Yas, naming them after the cats after Sailor Moon is awesome. Doesn't the Jigsaw like take a nap, kidnap people, torture them so they stay alive? Thinks it's like therapy. Kinda. Whatever the Boys season 4 is coming next year. It's possible. Doubtful, given the strikes right now. I don't think they'd be able to film it. I don't think they even got a chance to start filming it yet, but I could be wrong. Luna and Artemis. My knight is 15 years old, and aside from his claustrophobia, anxiety, and asthma, is in perfect health. Average across the boards, we joke he's going to outlive everyone in the house. Did you mean nephew, or? I don't know what you meant there. I think that's what you meant. I just got back from the cinema to see Beetlejuice 35th anniversary. Oh, that would have been fun. Excellent for Halloween. You know, speaking of, is there anything like that going on here? scrolling. No? Oh wait, I'm coming soon. I got the Dawn of the Dead anniversary for the original. Damn, no, I don't have that. That sucks. I would have loved to have done that. I think the boys will come out in 2024. I think it might be a rough chance at coming out then, but I don't know. Not the Riz. Maybe. Have you heard of Quantum Leap? I've heard of it. The original, and I know there's a reboot because I see commercials for it when I'm watching Chucky. Yeah, never watched it. I don't really have too much of an interest in it, though. Did you see the JTO part 2? Yes? I think you asked this already. I think this is a repost. Busy! Ariani, gonna see that FNAF movie tonight? Hell yeah, you plan on seeing it? Check the channel, check your notifications, unless you haven't rang that bell. Ring that bell, ring the bell! Did you know Denzel Washington is in Gladiator 2? I did not know that one. I did go back, right? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I didn't know that, actually. Hello, Lady Tilana. Dude, I can't wait for, what is it? Hold on. What was the one we just watched? Revelation. I can't wait for Revolution. the next Masters of the Universe series. I cannot wait. But yeah, I found you during Mando Season 3, as you were one of the few to understand the season. Thank you. You seem to be a fellow 90s kid. Yes, indeed. What do you think about Disney doing a live-action Gargoyles? I'm nervous. I am nervous, but honestly, I've been screaming for either a revival or something with the Gargoyles. I think we're prime for something like that right now. I would want it. One, it needs to be good. You can't mess that up. I loved Gargoyles growing up, and I've been like hankering for something in the present day with that franchise, whether it's a revival, a reboot, or something. Like I'm definitely looking forward to it. If I just hope it's good is the thing. Can't wait to see your reaction to Happy Death Day 2. I'll try to get around to that, but I'm not sure when it'll be. But I'll if I watch it, I'll record my reaction. That's for sure. Loving your Gen V reactions as well. Lizzie Broadway, Emma dated Tenor Buchanan, Robbie from Cobra Kai for years. No wonder she has a set of guns that rival any dude. Love her. Hell yeah, man. That's cool. We got a couple more super chats. Thank you guys, man. How are we tonight? We are doing good. Feeling all right. Got my 5 nights video out so far without any. Well, I had the first iteration blocked manually. It was up on all night, fine, and then some dickhead at NBC Universal was like, "I'm gonna claim this." So I re-edited it, put it up again. So far, it's hanging on. So that part of it's all right. I got woken up early though because I'm on call this weekend from an alert from work. But thankfully, it wasn't a big issue, so that blew over real well. But aside from that, everything else is still on fire. I'm running late. I'm running drive-through solo, so I'm feeling it. Oof. And you're listening to this in the meantime, or are you on break? Hopefully, it's slow enough for you, man. Steal me some tacos. You think Bo and Mando might appear in Skeleton Crew? Highly doubt it. I think they'll focus purely on that crew and what they're going into, but you never know. How to find where I was. Here we go. How I pick up girls. Hey, you like Batman? Like Batman and the Rizzler? I mean, haha, Rizzle me this. And she ran away. You're a dork. I missed the Gotham show. So good. I think we talked about that. We had that same conversation last weekend too, Dion. I miss it too. Magic now works in the TVA. Do you think Sylvie uses her Master Control Band from HWR to escape and ending, while Loki uses the swiped time stone? That's a good point. I forgot he did try to take that originally. I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing. I don't know how they escape it. I think Loki is going to time slip out of there, but I don't know what that means for everybody else. What's up, Verenkana? Probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. I just said sorry, like I'm Canadian or something, or from Minnesota. Howdy, sir. How are you today? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Welcome to the chat. I don't know how they're going to do John Wick 5 knowing what happened in the 4th one. I mean, they didn't show anything, so he could have easily just faked it, and they were there for looks and appearances, just in case the board or the table was watching them. I don't know. I don't know, man. I didn't love John Wick 4. It was good. I don't think it's better than 3, but I don't know. I think it needs a break. And like Keanu Reeves said, and Chad Stahelski said, they need a reason for him to come back. So until they have a good reason, he's dead. There's no confirmed Wick 5 right now, so I'll take it. I like the reviews and reactions on movies and TV shows, sir. Epic stuff. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Got another super chat, man. Eric. I got you, broski. Crunchy or soft? Soft, no lettuce. Give it. Oh my god. I do eat a lot of Taco Bell, though. Time to celebrate! South Africa has won the Rugby World Cup. I have never once watched rugby in my life, I don't think. The most rugby I've watched was when Ross played rugby on Friends with Emily's little group of friends, and he had to go, Red Ross! Remember, there were great movies from every single country in the world. Oh yeah, 100%. There's definitely some bangers from across the world. I consume mostly English material for the most part. I've been trying to branch out, but things have to catch my attention, and unfortunately, being where I'm at, I'm kind of bombarded with a lot of stuff from us. Have you watched any of the American Horror Story seasons? So good. Yeah, I've watched all of it up until I stopped. The last one I watched, I think, was, what was it called? It was the one that was like a riff on Friday the 13th. Was it 1984? Yeah, that was the last one I watched. I don't know. I remember watching the trailer for Double Feature, and I never actually tuned in. 84 was the last one I watched. My favorite season is still Murder House, which, you know, season 1. But my favorite seasons, if I want to give you good seasons, I love Murder House. I love Coven. I like Hotel. Apocalypse, I thought got a bad rap, but I really enjoyed Apocalypse. But those are my favorite ones. My top 3 is definitely Murder House, Coven, and I think Hotel. Asylum's also really good, but I think I prefer some of the other ones more. I used to be really into it, but once Evan Peters stopped being a regular, I kind of lost interest. Have I seen any German movies? I believe so, but I cannot tell you a name of any of them. I feel like I have, but as far as German stuff goes, I know I've seen Dark, and I've reacted to Dark here on the channel, but I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like I have, but I can't think of any names specifically. I know I've seen 1 or 2 French films. I've seen some Indian films. That's honestly kind of it. I've seen a lot of Japanese films, but I need to branch out a little bit more. I wonder what's going to be the next Marvel Disney Plus show. I honestly, at this point, I'm not sure what's coming out next. Rebecca! Janine! Martha! I'm sorry, that's what it made me think of. You should check out this movie called Panipat, The Great Betrayal. It's a great movie based on a true story. I'm not fond of Indian movies, but that one is really good. I'll look into it. Can't make any promises I'll react to it on the channel, but I'll look into it. I know I shouldn't simp for Rachel from DC Titans, but what can I say? What's her actor's name? Titans. Cast. Tegan Croft. It's okay now. Since you said that you loved Dance the Night from Barbie last week, I recommend other songs by Dua Lipa. I will have to consider such things. I love Dance the Night. How many more Scream movies do you think there will be? Like, will 7 be the last? I doubt it, man. I doubt it. We just got a fresh group of characters, fresh new cast. They're going to milk that as long as the movies keep making money. Best video game adaptation, Last of Us. Best anime adaptation, Speed Racer. Best book adaptation, Netflix's A Series of Unfortunate Events, etc. I agree with the game adaptation. From what I've seen so far, Speed Racer it's an underrated movie. I love that movie. I have it on Blu-ray. It is a spectacle of the eyes. I really did like that movie. I mean, right now, I think One Piece might beat it still, but I don't know. That's where I'm at. Best book adaptation, though. That's a tough one. I've not read A Series of Unfortunate Events, so I can't speak on that. Also, I haven't seen that series. I've seen the film, I think, with Jim Carrey, but I like vaguely. I don't even remember it that much. I know I saw it in theaters, but I don't remember anything about it. I'd probably have to go The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, honestly. But yeah. Do you consider Ahsoka show as underrated? I mean, unnecessarily disliked? Probably. But underrated? It's hard to tell right now. What's up, Tharuka? How are you doing? I saw I Am Legend as a teenager, and I still rage about the butchering of one of Isaac Asimov's best stories, Unforgivable. I did see it in theaters. I don't remember what I thought about it at the time. I thought it was all right. The thing that stuck out the most for me was that Batman vs. Superman poster. Still waiting for Godzilla vs. Kong 2. I want to know what the hell that orangutan, apparently, that is going to dethrone them both is. Because it's an original character. Just finished watching the Rugby World Cup finals. You're not the only one, apparently. South Africa won against New Zealand in a thriller of a game. The fight in the skyscraper in Shang-Chi is so underrated, in my opinion. You can't deny that the undisputed king of the MCU fight scenes is the knife fight. May I say more? The knife fight is the first thing that came to mind for me. I love that whole sequence. But I think most of the fights in Shang-Chi were very underrated. I love the Jackie Chan-ness of a lot of the stuff in there. You ever notice in zombie movies that none of the local wildlife ever takes out the zombies or the scavenger animals? Like, forget the shotguns. My money's on the moose, rats, and wild pigs and deer. I mean, they just kind of be stuck and then gnawed at. I don't know if that would. I don't know if they would be able to. A moose for sure, but I don't know if they, like a deer or any of the other sorts, would be able to efficiently help with the population control. But like, it would definitely help in like it also depends on if the zombies eat said wildlife as well, because that always varies from thing to thing. John Kramer is crazy. He is, but he's fascinating, and I love seeing him, man. Plus, Tobin Bell's awesome. Mildly threatening, but thank you. I don't remember what that was about. I didn't mean to threaten anybody unless that was to me. What's up, Tilo again? Thank you for the super chats. Your first one. No, it was not necessary, but I do really, really, really appreciate it. Yes, to a Gargoyles revival. I just wish creator Greg Wiseman was attached to the project. Thanks for the content and positive fandom vibes. Well, thank you. Wait, Greg Wiseman. Why does that name sound familiar? Is that the same Greg Wiseman that did Young Justice? It is, wasn't it? I figured that out beforehand because I remember somebody got in a Twitter argument about how he used to not be woke in Gargoyles. Yeah, it is. Oh my God. People are dumb, man. I would like for him to be involved, but we'll see what happens. Keeping my fingers crossed it's good, though. My knight equals my black cat. He's an old man, but he's in great health. I'm glad to hear he's doing good, but how old did you say it was? You said like 15 or something. God damn. I think the oldest cat I've had has been 13 years old. Also died of cancer, though. Most others had very untimely deaths. Like, whether it was like a intestinal issue or vehicle slaughter. That's why I don't do outside cats anymore. I'm loving Gen V, and the last episode was awesome. I really want our boys crew to meet with Gen V crew. Cannot wait for the finale. I think it's inevitable. I think it'll happen eventually. Imagine Jordan Peele taking on the Gargoyle show. That could be really interesting. You think it would be really? I think you would really dig Moving on Hulu. I think it's over there. I think The Boys, but a K-drama. I'll have to look into it. I haven't heard of it. I'll have to give it a look. But again, it just comes down to time and just interest. And honestly, I gotta be real too about the time and the interest and stuff like that. It's like, will it be worth the amount of time, one, I have to commit to watching it, recording it, editing it, and or paying to have it edited? Like, that's another thing that has to be considered when I'm doing reactions these days. I'm still sad that we never got Star Wars Underworld. I know, me too, man. Like, they had a crazy table of writers, to name a few: George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Ron Howard, Robert Zemeckis, David Lynch, and Brad Bird. And those people churned out over 200 scripts. It had potential to be the greatest show of all time. I was really looking forward to that, but yeah, sad days, man, sad days. I think I should give up on any hope to see another season of DC's Legends. Oh yeah, dude, you should have given up that hope the day they announced it. No one's saving it. No one's bringing it back. No one's going to pick up any Arrowverse stuff, man. It is not going to happen. The only time you'll see any the only chance we have of seeing any continuation of that universe is in comics. Sorry, been at work all day. Would you recommend reading Poe's works that the Fall of the House of Usher is based on, or go in blind? I do feel like you will miss a lot of kind of sentiment, and there's a lot of stuff you'll miss that if you haven't read them. But I think if you go in blind, there's more of a chance that you won't expect what is going to happen, because that's the downside. Like I said, knowing how the stories play out and what the gist of the stories are that they're all based on, you have an idea once you kind of get through the first two episodes. You kind of you're able to formulate an idea of how most of the characters are going to meet their end. So it does take a little bit out of it, but he does twist it, he still turns it. So it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. Honestly, I would recommend watching it once blind, reading the stories they were based on, and then watching it again. Probably be the better way to do it. If you're interested in the Lord of Universes, you should probably watch Lobbyers on it and either play the game, but probably best to watch law videos if you want to. I don't know what Lord of the Universe. If you're interested in the Lord of the Universe, you should probably watch Lobbyers. I don't know what you're talking. I honestly, I'm not sure what you're referring to, little place. I'm sorry. What's up, Castillo, Cody? How you doing? Bonjour. Excited for Wonka? I'm interested in it. I would not say I'm excited, but I will be checking it out. I doubt it, but I wonder if Tegan Croft from DC's Titans would give me a chance. You never know, man. Shoot your shot. Gargoyles is one of my all-time favorite cartoons. Who do you think that plays Xanatos? Ooh. Lisa Maza? Ooh, I don't know, man. Who would be good? I'm trying to say who would look good in that goatee and that ponytail, man. My first thought was, hold on. Let me refresh a little bit. Xanatos. Oh my god, he gave me Star Wars wiki. Gargoyles. I just wanted to pull up a picture of him while I was thinking about it. Like, my immediate thought was, I'm a blanking. Benedict Cumberbatch for some reason. I think it's the goatee, because he gives me a Doctor Strange vibe, just in a suit. But... damn, I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. It's weird looking back at him. He gives me a little bit of a Hans Gruber vibe, too. I don't know. I really don't know who would be a really good pick for right now. Lisa Mazza. Damn, I don't know. I really don't know. This, I'm not great with casting. I apologize. I keep getting flashes of people's faces in my brain, but I don't know their names. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Young Wick movie, a prequel about how he got into this world. That could be fun. That could be fun. You weren't a fan of John Wick Chapter 3? I mean, it's definitely the weakest, in my opinion. I think just I enjoyed it, but I think structurally it's the weakest film in the franchise for me. I want Grant Gustin to be the DCEU Flash. I mean DCU. DCEU is dead. Dead. I doubt that'll happen. I'd like it, but I doubt it. Hate to say, John Wick 3 is the worst John Wick film, but still good though. That's the thing. Just because it's my least favorite doesn't make it bad. Ever seen the movie It Lives Inside? I have not. Keanu is on tour with his band, so I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. I didn't know he was in a band. Did you see Evan Peters in Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story? No, I really wanted to watch it though. I have not seen it. I watched it last month and he was phenomenal. I heard he gave a really good performance, though. I know that was very controversial, however. I wonder if Netflix Wednesday Season 2 will be better than Season 1. We can only hope. I recently started watching The X-Files, but I had to stop because of my exams, and now that they are over, I watched episode 1-8, Season 1-8 today. Ice! Really good episode. It's so good. Yes, it is. It's very much it's very much like The Thing. It's like The X-Files doing their own twist on The Thing, but with the Mulder and Scully kind of twist to the whole thing. It's a really, really fun episode. It's an iconic one as well. I believe that one was David Nutter, if I remember right, who directed that episode. Who is like the pilot guy, if I'm getting that right, if I'm remembering correctly. Ice. Yeah, that was David Nutter. Yeah. Directed the first season premiere of The Flash, directed a shit ton of Game of Thrones episodes, most of the best episodes. Yeah. He did that one. He's done he's been in a bunch of X-Files episodes, though. I have a feeling that a deal is going to be made today or tomorrow. I hope so. But I'm not getting my hopes up with how the studio's been treating these actors, man. My favorite American Horror Story is Asylum with Bloody Face and Lana Banana Winters. I do love Murder House, Coven, and Hotel 2. Evan Peters as James March, fantastic. He was always the highlight of every season to me, watching him play these very dynamic characters that were just so opposed from each other. That was the fun bit of it. I talked about this in the Fall of the House of Usher, is why I love watching Flanagan stuff and him using the same actors, and we get to see kind of like in American Horror Story, this anthology series build itself out, where we see all these different people playing very, very, very different characters. It's a lot of fun. But I did have a soft spot for Asylum in the earlier days. You seen the news yesterday that Deborah Warwick again got showrunner from The Punisher, and Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead will direct episodes. They also directed Loki season 2 and 2-4. I did. That's good news. Also direct the last 2 episodes of the season. Hell yeah, man. What's up, Rockin' Stampede? Yo, just finished your FNAF reaction. Now, the real question is, would you attempt a FNAF playthrough? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would definitely give it a chance, but I need to finish Spider-Man before I do that, though. It has piqued my interest. My curiosity is more so about the lore to the world. I really want to know a lot of the things that I just didn't know going into it. Friends One with the Football is one of my favorite Friends episodes. Yes. For the Geller Cup. It was one of the Thanksgiving episodes, if I remember right. If you want to, if you listen to Five Nights at Freddy's song, maybe do a reaction video to the song or to the game. Greg Weisman has also made the Spectacular Spider-Man. Would you ever watch that on the channel? I mean, a lot of people recommend it. I've heard great things about it. I believe it's on the poll for our TV show list. So, I mean, the possibility is always there. And of course, there's always the chance where I just get the uncontrollable drive to watch a show like I craved with Dark. I started that just on my own on a whim, and you know, it could come up like that, but we'll see. It is on the poll, so there's always the chance, but fortunately another poll is not going to go up until I finish Ted Lasso, or until I finish Agents of the Shield, that one will be what, 2 years away probably by this point. We'll see what happens though. Never say never. Never say never. Which Saw trap do you think you'd survive? Ugh. Honestly, the one he envisioned in Saw X with the breaking of the fingers, with the eye suction tubes. Honestly, let's be real, that would be easy. I think that would be real easy to survive. I could definitely take that pain. I've already broken my finger once, so what's another time? At least you can fix a broken finger. You can't put your own brain matter back in your head, or losing a leg like somebody else, or whatever. I think some of the ones in 2, I think were very doable. I'm not a fan of that needle one though, man. Not a fan of that needle one, but I think that's the easy go-to one. Soka is not underrated, it's overhated. Yeah. Flanagan does what Ryan Murphy does, but much, much better. Silent Murder House and Coven Apocalypse were fantastic, but I feel like the hits and misses, whereas Flanagan so far, it's only hit hard. 100%. I don't think Flanagan has a single miss. Even though Midnight Club didn't get picked up for a second season, I think I blame that on Netflix and the marketing for that show, because it was great. I don't consider him having any misses, but there are definitely some seasons of American Horror Story where I'm just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. But I still pushed myself through it, and it was just that last one that I just tapped out on. I wonder if Gunn is going to use Wally instead of Barry. What do you think? I wouldn't be surprised if we're starting in a world where Batman already has a kid and a Bat family. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wally's our primary Flash. I got Bert when he was 7. They told me I'd have him for 3 years at most, and he turns 14 in January. Aw, that's so sweet. I need a sequel to Cocaine Bear. Still haven't watched that one, man. I still have not watched Cocaine Bear. That new Ghostbumps show was actually great. I'm invested. I've heard good things about it. Honestly, it came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it was happening until the day it came out. But, yeah, we'll see. Went in blind at House of Usher and been watching Omni's reactions after for the explanations that I could have missed. There is also, that's an option as well, though I do recommend reading the stories. They're short. They're really easy to get through. You could probably read all of the homework for The Fall of the House of Usher in an hour or less. if you can actually read pretty quick, which I can't because I get caught up on words real easy. But yeah, or you could do that. I know Charlie, right? So good. Gotta go. Have to go charge my phone, but see you whenever. Take it easy, Dion. I'll probably be back in about 2 weeks. Do you have any Arrowverse crushes on? Oh man, let's see. I mean, it's hard not to like Kara, you know? But God, Alex is fucking fine. But I'm not in that field. I'm not in that view. So probably a lost cause right there. Nissa, same thing, actually. However, why am I blanking on her name right now? Jesus. Sarah is also damn fine. Oh, fucking Patty Spivot. Patty goddamn Spivot. Imagine if Gunn brought Breck in to play Courtney in the DCU. He would probably go for an older version of her, but hey, guy could dream. That would be awesome. I think he did say some people could come back, and I would really love for some of those people to be pulled back in. The only way I could see the Arrowverse continuing is if Gunn brings back actors for his new universe. He stated the previous actors could come back in new roles. It just wouldn't be continuing, though, you know? It would just kind of be an extension in the multiverse, in a way, you know? So if that's what you mean, yeah, I could see that. But if we're talking, like, stories in Earth Prime with those very same versions of those characters, it's probably only going to be comics. For what I understand, the House of Usher, the guy they had playing Usher Sr. was not the original casted actor. I would have never been able to tell. Have they said who it was going to be? John Wick definitely has some really good action scenes, for sure. Personally, I think that's what Peacock's The Continental should have been, a young John Wick's anthology TV show where each episode is a new contract kill. That would be fun. That would be really cool. Honestly, for Xanatos, I wouldn't mind them just hiring Jonathan Frakes again, dyeing his hair. Like, why not? At least Dreamcast would be Rosario Dawson. Ooh. That is a good pick. That is a good pick. What was her lineage again? I had her character sheet up here. Character sheet, like she's a freaking a D&D character. She's like African American and Native. She's half African American and Native American. So, as long as we're in those bounds, yeah, I think that could work. But for Xanatos, Jonathan Frakes, yeah, I mean, you could do that, but he's a little up there, right? Xanatos isn't that old. I mean, de-age him a little bit, or just make the character a little older. Frakes could definitely still play. Some of my DC crushes are Candice Patton, Breck Bessinger, Yvette Montreal, Megan Delancey, and Tally Ash. All good choices. Good choices. Oh, Dove. I forget the actress that plays Dove. It's also mighty fine. Very nice. Imagine if you're the protagonist in a comic and animated series. Also, Nora Allen, if she wasn't so fucking annoying. Imagine if you're the protagonist in a comic or animated series. Done. I'm awesome. Best superhero ever. On Dahmer, be warned. It's a tough watch. Probably one of the hardest shows to complete because of the direction. Really good, but be warned. Lois was a big part of Season 3 of Superman Lois, but I saw you didn't put her in any thumbnail in your Season 3 reactions. I think that's unfortunate, to be honest. I mean, she was a really big part of it, but I didn't want to spoil any of the stuff that was going on, and honestly, you got to play the thumbnail game, and people are going to want to see Superman in the thumbnail or a villain or something. I'll just be transparent about that. Like if it was hard to find like a good thumbnail lowest pick for me. And I was just, I gotta play the YouTube game. It's unfortunate. I was like, what's something that's gonna, I hope somebody is gonna click on this that also isn't too much of a spoiler. I love John Wick Chapter 4, and the second one was my least favorite. The second one was your least favorite. That's interesting, but fair, respect. As you're a big X-Files fan, I'm sure you've watched Fringe. I have not. Anna Torv, very similar vibes. I've not actually. I've had it recommended to me on time and time and again, but I've not been able to dive into it. It almost won our last poll. It was pretty close, but one of these days I'll definitely check it out. Hey Omni, hope you've been doing well, enjoying your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And also, how's Loki Season 2? Because I tapped out of the MCU around Guardians 3's release. Did you not like Guardians 3 or what? Loki Season 2 is awesome. I'm loving it. Last episode was insane. See Omni, see Carrie, thanks for stopping in. Off to watch the pre-recorded WVU game. Have a great weekend, and sending good thoughts your way for the upcoming weeks. Thank you for all you do for the tribe. Stay strong. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. Enjoy the WVU game. Wish I was a little more supportive of the home to state, man. I'm totally looking respectively, unless you want me to look disrespectfully. I mean, that's how it goes, right? Katie Lotz is amazing for sure. Keanu's band name is Dogstar, and he plays bass. They're all over IG. I saw them when they were in NYC, and they were fantastic. I'll look into that. Evelyn Sharp from Arrow, aka Madison McLaughlin. She's freaking gorgeous. That's a good one. Who from the Arrowverse would you have play a different character in the DCU? I don't know. That's a good one. Play a different character. Thinking. Katie Lotz just play Laurel Lance. Dinah Laurel Lance. The actual blue, the actual Black Canary. Frank Langella, who was originally playing Roderick Usher, but Bruce Greenwood killed it. Bruce Greenwood was him and Carl Lumley, their scenes were electric. Frank Langella. That name doesn't sound familiar to me. I don't know if I'm familiar with this guy. I don't know if I've seen any of this guy's movies. I'm glad they went with Bruce Greenwood. I know of him. He does voice work. He's in Destiny 2 as some voices, but he does a lot of voice stuff. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with his work at all. Looking at his IMDb, I don't see anything I've actually seen him in, though. Oh, never mind. He was deleted from that movie, so I definitely wouldn't have seen him. He's the voice of Archer in Small Soldiers. I think that's the closest I've got so far. We're in the 80s now, and I haven't seen anything physically. Yeah, I think they made the right choice. Him, sub. Hi, sub. What's up? You're cool. Welcome, welcome. If they were to cut down Born Again from 18 episodes to 16 or 13, how would you feel? Whatever makes it make the most sense. Minka Kelly played Dub. Yes. Thank you. So I haven't seen The Fall of House of Usher. Heard it's like a gruesome, much filthier Succession. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen Succession, but I know it's like a businessy, like business family empire kind of show, right? So like, it's very much that, but with a lot of horror and gruesome debauchery thrown into the mix of it all. My Wick rankings would go 1, 4, 2, 3. Mine would be 1, 2, 4, 3. Second JW film is my second favorite. Favorite is 4 because the production on it is immaculate. How do you like season 3 of Chucky so far? Or Chucky season 3, episode 3? It was hilarious. It was insane. I could not have seen half of that coming, and it was a lot of fun. What's up, Ivan? Greetings from Costa Rica. How are you liking Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so far? I'm really, really loving it. I'm only 1 episode ahead, so it's like 11's up right now. I've only seen up to episode 12, and ooh-wee. I'm loving it, man. I'm really having a good time. And again, people said this is the weakest season. Or be like, don't worry, man, hold out. Just make it through season 1. I promise it gets good. And I'm just like, it gets better? I'm hooked. Like season 1, I'm really, really enjoying. Patty, like Butcher's wife in The Boys? Is that the same actress? Honestly, I don't know. Oh my god, it is. I didn't even notice. I think it was like maybe the role of Patty Spivot that bumped that up. Because now that I'm thinking of Butcher's wife, I'm not sure if I feel the same, but Patty Spivot though. Frank Langella did some naughty stuff on the set of House of Usher, so was replaced. Oh no. Stephen Amell would have been my choice for a J. Jonah Jameson, because I hear he's an asshole in real life. Damn, speaking of J. Jonah, I'm in my downtime when I'm not doing anything for the channel. I've been playing the shit out of Baldur's Gate. It has consumed my life, and I just stumbled upon J. Jonah Jameson's character in that. I forgot he was in it, and he's a villain in there, and it's fun, man. The second his voice comes up, you can pull it out. Also, anything with Hiroyuki Sanada is in it. I'm there. That was the thing I was looking forward to the most. Sadly, he was like in it very shortly, but he still made an impact, dude. I've got a huge man crush on Hiroyuki Sanada, man. Anytime he shows up in something, I'm there for it. That's one of the things that pissed me off the most about the Mortal Kombat movie is his underutilization and how they failed to shoot him and I forget who the actor that was Sub-Zero, but the way they just botched all of their fight scenes. Would you like a Chucky versus Megan? Sure, why not? Fuck it, let's go. Patty. Hey, Omni. Hey, Ragu, what's up? Hope you're well. Showing up late again. I swear I'll watch the full stream soon. Life is hectic. Well, I hope it calms down for you, man. But take your time, do what you need to do. How's Spidey going? I got my platinum. Another person has already got their platinum. I'll be playing more tonight, so I'll be making some more progress tonight. So after the stream, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna come back, and we'll get into some more Spider-Man. If you like Family Empire kind of shows, you'd love Peaky Blinders. I watched the first episode, and I just didn't stay tuned. I do need to watch more of it. I've heard really good things about that, but I didn't get hooked by the first episode. I know when I watched it, but Sam Neill's in it and Cillian Murphy, so I do want to watch it at least for them. Cillian Murphy is magnificent in it, as well as Tom Hardy and Sam Neill. I didn't know Tom Hardy was in it. That's cool. What's my favorite Adam Sandler film? Mine is The Waterboy. Mine is probably Happy Gilmore. Waterboy is pretty close, but I think that one got a little too over parroted throughout the years that I got a little tired of Waterboy. I'd probably go with I would probably go with Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore's probably my favorite. One of my main crushes from DC overall is Diane Guerrero. She is fantastic. Yeah, if we're including Doom Patrol, she's good. Plus, her song episode, her song in, like I said this in my reaction, her song from Encanto was my favorite song in that entire soundtrack. And getting to see her singing that was nice. She's a little cutie. Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 is what I'm playing right now. It's so addictive. Honestly, I know I love Spider-Man. I love it. I love it. I know people are like, Game of the Year! Game of the Year. Honestly, I think there's a lot of contenders that could be up there for Game of the Year, but if I had to be completely unbiased, I honestly don't think it comes down to anything other than Tears of the Kingdom, and I've not even played it. Just talking pure development, scope, and scale, and complexity, and Baldur's Gate 3. My money's going on Baldur's Gate 3. But who knows? That could change by the time I finish Spider-Man 2, but right now, I'm just like, this is a badass, awesome as fuck Spider-Man game. But there's some other games that I think you just have a lot more depth and complexity to them that would deserve it more. Might be putting myself out on in the gallows for saying such a things, but yeah. What did you think? What do you think a Deadpool 3 coming out with Wolverine? I thought it was awesome, man. That was some really awesome news. What's my favorite suit from each of the Spider-Men? Toby, Andrew, from each or from all of them? I think my favorite suit overall is Tom's red, blue, and black one. Like his standard one. I really, really do like that. It's different, but it's clean. I like it. Otherwise, I'd probably go with Andrew's Spider-Man 2 suit. Tom Hardy is in Peaky Blinders is phenomenal. I'm majorly biased though regarding Tom Hardy though. If you've never seen Warrior with him in it, I cry that movie every time. I've not seen Warrior. You think Marvel is going to be dead in 2024? Fuck no. Dude, Marvel's not going anywhere anytime soon. Baldur's Gate 3 is eating a lot of my friends' minds and time. Yeah, both me and Barry are both playing that, man. She's literally in there playing it right now. Finally caught up to the chat, damn. Me seeing Cillian Murphy and Peaky Blinders made me have faith in him for Oppenheimer. The Oscar race between him and Leo is going to be tough. Dude, I can't actually wait to see this stuff, man. Great Nun 2. I haven't seen it yet. I still haven't seen the Nun 2. If I've seen it, there would be a review for it or a reaction at least. So if I don't have a review for it on the channel, I haven't seen it. So keep an eye out for that. But I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna hopefully have a chill evening, and I'll be back for some Spider-Man later tonight. So come hang out for that when that goes on. And yeah, everybody else have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you later. And otherwise, we'll have our next whining in 2 weeks. So that would be the weekend of the 11th. So it'd be Saturday the 11th will be our next whining. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.